Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. My name is Chris Holthe. I'm the Experiential Learning Librarian at NAU's Cline Library, and I'd like to talk to you today about employing extended reality technologies in the classroom. This brief workshop will introduce you to extended reality technologies. This is going to include both virtual reality and augmented reality. It will describe some of the potential benefits and applications for XR in your classrooms, and we'll discuss some of the resources the Cline Library can offer to support you in incorporating extended reality into your curriculum. It's my hope that by the end of this presentation, you'll be able to distinguish the differences between XR, VR, and AR technologies. I'll provide you with some definitions and some examples of each of these terms. You'll be able to describe the benefits of XR for education and how you can use these technologies to help your students learn a bit more effectively. You'll also be prepared to use Cline Library's XR resources. We'll talk about our XR Creation Studio, our free classroom kits, and our training services. You should also, hopefully, walk away with some potential lesson ideas for using extended reality and feel equipped to take your next steps towards bringing XR into your classrooms. So first things first, I know that extended reality, often just shortened to XR, is a fairly new term and not everyone is really familiar with it, so I'd like to start by defining it for you a little bit. Extended reality is really an umbrella term that's used to describe a wide spectrum of different types of environments and experiences that combine both real-life elements and computer-generated elements. The ultimate goal of all XR technologies is to use computers in order to augment human perception and experiences. This can include things like creating virtual environments for exploration or maybe gameplay. It could be creating virtual objects that you can interact with, or even augmenting objects in the real world that can benefit learning and productivity. So this XR spectrum begins on one side with the completely real physical environments that we as humans move through and interact with every day. So this physical reality are the things that you can see, touch, hear, smell, taste without any input from a computer. But as you begin to add computer-generated elements to that physical reality, we begin to move towards augmented reality, sometimes also called mixed reality, and eventually we get to virtual reality. So virtual reality represents experiences that are completely generated by a computer, where the computer controls the images you see, the objects you interact with, and the sounds you hear. So let's say, to give you an example, that we're out for a walk on the NAU campus and we stop in front of the old main building on the quad. Everything you see around you, the sights, the smells, the sounds, everything you encounter is part of your physical reality. But let's say we add a computer to the mix in the form of a mobile phone. Using augmented reality or AR technologies, the mobile phone can scan that physical environment around you with its camera and superimpose computer-generated images on top of the real world using its screen. Something like this. This means that the computer is augmenting our physical reality with computer-generated elements. Now, whenever you're experiencing AR, usually you have to start with something physical. It could be a 2D image in a book, like you see here. Could be a 3D image of the environment around you, in this case the Roman Forum in Rome, Italy. Or it could be something a little bit simpler, like a QR code. Your mobile device, whether it's a smartphone, a tablet, or even a more expensive augmented reality headset, can scan that physical object or environment with its camera and then augment the object with digital elements. Those elements could be text, they could be images, it could be a video, or even something like a 3D graphic. This creates an immersive experience where you can connect real life, the real life world around you, to context specific information or graphics. So, a really popular example of this that you've probably heard of is the Pokemon Go mobile app. Was really popular a few years ago, but it uses the camera of your smartphone to overlay Pokemon creatures onto the world around you, and then players can catch the Pokemon and battle the Pokemon. It's really an interesting application for this technology. A more academic example would be something like this. This is the free augmented reality iPad app called JigSpace, and it uses the iPad's camera to place a 3D object into the physical world around you like you see here. So in this case, it's a jet engine on the counter in my office. You can then interact with that object by touching the iPad screen or moving around the physical space that you're in. Now let's go back to the quad and take this one step further. Let's say we create a completely computer-generated version of the quad and the old main building. Now, this computer-generated version in most cases is going to look a lot like a video game, so it might be pixelated. But as time goes on, these computer generations are getting more and more detailed and more realistic. So since this virtual reality or VR version of our environment is completely created and stored on a computer, we need some type of more complex device to interact with it, to experience this virtual reality. In most cases, this would be something like a virtual reality headset that you see the world through. Virtual reality removes the need for you to see your physical environment and instead replaces it with a completely computer-generated version, like the 3D version of the ancient Roman Forum on the screen now. For most VR applications, something like a VR headset is required. It's the most practical approach. This allows you to look around the environment and in some cases hear the environment or move around it or even interact with it. But apart from a VR headset, there's also a lot more advanced technologies that can be used in VR, things like high-end projector rooms or walkable treadmills, and even motion sensing bodysuits. So, why would you consider using extended reality in your classroom? First of all, XR allows us as teachers to really harness the impossible and teach in ways that you just can't do in the real world. With both VR and AR, your students can interact with objects that would be impossible to do in reality, like holding a beating heart, like you see here, or manipulating microscopic atoms, exploring the planet Mars, or even walking around with dinosaurs. Also, with both VR and AR, students can look inside objects. They can look inside the human body and analyze anatomy. They can look inside to see the parts of a jet engine, or even unwrap Egyptian mummies. They can see what these objects are made of, they can learn more about them, and even manipulate them in some cases. XR also has the ability to mirror real-life situations with enhanced digital versions. So let's say you have an assignment where someone is dissecting a frog. By dissecting a frog in AR, you get the same experience, but you have the ability to go beyond the traditional physical teaching limitations. XR also has the potential to increase student engagement with your lessons. Both VR and AR are brand new technologies. They're very exciting, and if you haven't used them before, they can be really fun. And kids especially really enjoy putting on a VR headset and experiencing something new. So this means that XR can instantly add entertainment value to any lesson or any assignment regardless of the subject matter. The novelty of XR can also pique the interest of your students. It's something many of them have never tried before, so it can increase their engagement with both the topic and with their classmates. Everyone likes to discuss how they experience the reality differently from others. Studies have also suggested that XR can promote social interaction in classes and even benefit the mental health of students by promoting physical activity, promoting teamwork, and communication. Beyond increasing engagement, XR also allows you to add immersive interactivity to more traditionally static lessons. VR and AR can keep students active and moving and allows them to really experience multisensory learning activities. Beyond that, XR allows students to experience lessons and narratives in new, much more immersive ways, where they can actually interact with and even in some cases transform the subject or the story. XR can also be used, like the example you see here, to design or create and experience works of art in ways that are impossible to do in a real physical environment. XR also has the potential to enhance your students' ability to learn and remember your lessons. What makes XR such a vital tool for education is how well it enhances both learning and memory recall. Immersing students in a virtual location really helps them organize and remember information more spatially. So if you put a student inside this virtual Roman forum you see here, they're more likely to understand the size of it all, how things are organized, they're more likely to remember what it looks like, as opposed to reading about the forum in a book or seeing images or videos. Students also require less cognitive load to process learning through a visual means like a virtual environment. Because of this, VR is used by a number of different organizations like medical schools to help students practice surgeries and procedures on virtual patients, and even by the US military to simulate combat conditions in different environments, locations, and under extreme conditions. Finally, surprisingly, XR can be implemented much more easily than you may think. Most students or their families already have access to mobile devices that can be used for both AR and VR experiences. On top of that, there are dozens and dozens of free AR and VR apps already on the market on the app stores for those devices. There are even free apps for creating your own XR experiences, which we'll talk about a little later on. But in the case of even more advanced VR equipment like VR headsets, they are increasingly becoming cheaper, easier to use, and more available. But, of course, you don't have to spend any money at all. The Cline Library has you covered there. We have a number of free resources you can use to implement XR in your classrooms. So, how can we help you implement XR in your classrooms? First of all, beginning in the fall of 2021, the Cline Library, thanks to support from the Arizona State Library and funds from the Institute of Museum and Library Services, will start offering 4 different types of extended reality classroom kits that you can borrow for your classes. Our selection of kits are designed for all ages and can be used by teachers with little to no XR experience or little to no time to create XR lessons. These kits are free, they're easy to use, and can be checked out for 1-week periods. The first type of kit we have available is our Class VR kit. This is a fully classroom-ready set of 8 XR headsets that can deliver all sorts of really immersive VR and AR learning experiences for your students. The key benefit here with Class VR is that all the headsets can be wirelessly managed and controlled directly from your computer using the Class VR teacher portal. So you have the ability to upload your own lesson plans that you've designed, you can share them with the headsets, you can see where the students are looking, and really control exactly how the students use the virtual reality space. Class VR has been designed for students of all ages and is really ideal for teachers who are new to extended reality or don't have the time to create their own lesson plans. Even though this headset is suited for all ages, it's best for grades K through 6, and we have 4 different versions of this headset kit available. This is a close-up of the self-contained Class VR headset, and this is a close-up of the kit itself. So this kit comes complete with 8 Class VR headsets, an augmented reality experience cube, charging and rolling case, as well as hygienic wipes. Our Merge XR kit is a set of 10 XR headsets, mobile devices, and interactive cubes that can transport your students directly into immersive lessons and experiences. This kit is perfect for students of all ages again, and is ideal for teachers who are interested in developing their own XR classroom experiences. The Merge headset kit is best suited for grades 3 through 10, and again we have 4 of these available. The Merge headset is a little bit different. Unlike the Class VR headset, which is one combined piece, the Merge headset is a foam headset and separate Samsung device that you can insert into the headset for both AR and VR experiences. So each kit comes with 10 Samsung mobile devices, 10 Merge headsets, and 10 of the Merge cubes you see there, which are great for augmented reality experiences. These also come in a rolling case with charging dock and screen wipes. The Group XR kit is very similar to the Merge XR kit, but this time it's a set of 10 XR-compatible iPads and those same interactive cubes. The Group XR kit is again perfect for all ages and is ideal for teachers who are looking to get a group experience using XR. This kit is best for grades K through 12, and we have 2 of these kits available. Each kit comes with 10 Apple iPads and 10 iPad covers, comes with 10 of those Merge cubes, a portable case, USB-C charging, and screen wipes. The Oculus Quest kit is our most advanced virtual reality kit, and it offers a really wide array of fully immersive and interactive environments, games, learning experiences for both adults and young adults. The Oculus Quest kit includes 6 Oculus Quest VR headsets with hand controllers and is ideal for learning activities, exploration of virtual environments, social experiences, and creative expression. This kit is only available for grades 8 and above, and we only have one of these kits available. The Oculus Quest includes the headset itself, completely wireless and self-contained, as well as hand controllers for both the right and left hand. We have 6 of these in the kit. This comes with individual cases for each headset, as well as a rolling and charging case and screen wipes. Oculus Quest experiences are the most interactive of all of our kits because of those hand controllers and because the headsets themselves have advanced motion detecting sensors. So now that we've talked about the technology behind extended reality, I'd like to give you some specific examples of how you can turn XR experiences into lessons for your curriculum. XR experiences are a great way to introduce artistic expression and creativity or immersive documentaries for any subject. Within VR is a 360-degree video app that allows your students to become part of really beautiful, immersive stories. These could be award-winning VR documentaries, animation, music videos, and a lot more. These experiences include photoreal people and places captured with cameras or rendered in CGI. This is a really great opportunity to assign thought-provoking experiences to your students and then have them reflect upon what they've learned. Surprisingly, YouTube also has a huge collection of 360-degree videos that can be viewed as immersive experiences in a VR headset. So your students can play with a world-renowned orchestra, like the Philadelphia Philharmonic in this video. They can hike up mountains, they can get in the cage with zoo animals, and really a lot more. There's a wide variety of videos available out there. You can even record your own 360-degree videos using the Cline Library's Views VR camera and upload custom VR videos to YouTube completely for free. A really great app, one of my favorites, for artistic expression is TiltBrush by Google. TiltBrush allows your students to paint objects, creatures, or even entire three-dimensional scenes from a completely blank universe. In TiltBrush, your virtual hands act as a paintbrush and a paint palette with different types of brushes and different colors. And the benefit here of painting in virtual reality is that your students can move around and actually interact with your artwork in brand new ways. Because of this, TiltBrush is really ideal for art classes or creative writing assignments. You can ask students to create 3D self-portraits, or recreate a scene from a reading assignment, or imagine completely new worlds and new stories. This is also a great opportunity to introduce collaboration and have groups of students create a scene together. Gravity Sketch, on the other hand, is a really powerful 3D creation tool where students can create loose, free-form sketches, detailed models, or expansive scenes in artwork. Gravity Sketch is a lot like Tilt Brush, but it's designed for more technical applications, things like engineering and product design. So Gravity Sketch assignments could include having your students imagine future technology, or maybe designing new inventions to solve some given problem. Some of my absolute favorite applications for XR make perfect lessons for social studies classes. The first one here is Civilizations AR, an app created by the BBC. And this app brings world art and world culture directly into the hands of your students. Your students can interact with 30 historical artifacts from across the globe, including an Egyptian mummy like you saw earlier, Renaissance paintings, sculptures, and really a lot more. In augmented reality, your students can move, scale, and rotate the objects. They can listen to audio guides, look inside of the objects, and even restore the artifacts. The Google Arts and Culture app is probably one of the most powerful tools on this list. This app includes high-resolution images, videos, tours, and even some interactive experiences from over 2,000 museums from across the world. Your students can walk through famous art galleries, they can join narrated tours of historic sites, they can even see museum exhibits come to life with videos and animations like the one you see here. These learning experiences are powerful on their own, but can be paired with worksheets, research or writing assignments, reflection essays, presentations, or even creative projects.
Giraffe titan. It would have dwarfed even the largest animals that live on land today.
National Geographic is probably the most immersive experience on this list. This app allows your students to set off as explorers to places like Antarctica, where they are in search of a lost penguin colony. Along the way, they encounter real-life obstacles that require them to do things like navigate around an iceberg in a kayak, climb an ice shelf, survive a snowstorm, and in this way, the students really become active participants in the exploration process. The Wander app is a lot like the VR version of Google Earth. It allows your students to travel anywhere across the world, from walking across the London Bridge to walking around the Taj Mahal, visiting the Great Pyramids, or even walking down their own street. This app is a great way for your students to experience other places and then compare them to their homes. So for example, at NAU, we regularly have Spanish classes tour the major cities of Spain and create travel brochures, or visit smaller communities in Latin America and compare and contrast them to their homes in the States. Of course, we can't discuss XR technologies without mentioning the massive impact on STEM education. JigSpace, which we've seen before, is a very engaging platform. It allows students to explore interactive 3D models of machines, electronic devices, and even some scientific concepts to learn more about their inner workings. The jigs here that you see allow students to place an object in the real world using augmented reality. They can move around that object, and they can even use tools to take it apart and see how it works. Shapes 3D is another STEM app specifically great for math. This app is great at keeping your students interested and engaged in learning geometry, where they can actually create and interact with three-dimensional figures. They can determine relationships between figures, they can draw perpendicular and parallel lines, and even explore the Pythagorean theorem directly on their desktops using augmented reality. Merge Explorer is probably the most versatile app on the STEM list, and this is perfect because it works really well with both our Merge kits and our group VR kits. This app can be used in both augmented reality and virtual reality, using the Merge Cube there for augmented reality. And it comes pre-installed with hundreds of different interactive educational experiences. Things like dissecting a frog, or exploring space, even diving into human anatomy.
What can you do with Human Anatomy Atlas? Dissect anatomical structures with a tap of your finger. Dive deep into microanatomy. Study muscle attachments and bone landmarks. See how the body moves. Understand physiology. Create a lab experience in augmented reality.
Now, apart from supporting these preset classroom kits and educational experiences, the Cline Library also offers opportunities for you to build your own VR and AR lessons. The first way we support XR creation is with our Extended Reality Creation Studio, which is now open to all NAU teachers and Flagstaff-area K-12 educators. This space has advanced equipment and software to help you create and test your XR learning experiences for your students. The XR Studio in Cline Library comes equipped with a multi-screen Dell Creation Workstation, Oculus Rift VR headset, and equipment from each of our classroom kits. So really, this space is ideal for you to create your own educational experiences. And in the next few slides, we'll actually talk about some free apps you can use to build those experiences from scratch. The XR Studio will become available in the fall of 2021, and you can email me directly at chris.holthe@nau.edu to reserve the space for your project or your lesson development. One of my favorite XR creation apps is Assembler EDU. This app lets you create your own augmented reality scenes that can then be activated by scanning a printable QR code. So in the example here, you see it's a scene about the African elephant. These scenes can include 3D objects from the Assembler gallery. They can include your own text, your own images, YouTube videos, and even clickable notes, like those orange dots you see on the elephant. This app is ideal for creating group experiences, activity stations, scavenger hunts, or interactive lessons related to any subject. Metaverse is another great example of an augmented reality creation app where you can create storyboards of different scenes to act as lessons or quizzes. In the example on your screen, this is a lesson about the American Revolution. These storyboards can include 3D objects, they can include text, audio, video, buttons, and are great for interactive activities, educational games, quizzes, and even escape rooms. CoSpaces, on the other hand, allows you to create completely virtual worlds for virtual reality games, storytelling, or classroom lessons. You can fill your space with shapes, objects, you can record voiceovers and videos, and add all sorts of other interactive content. In this example here, you can use this catapult to adjust the weight and adjust the speed to change how you would destroy something. This is both great in VR and AR. Your students can then interact with this content within the virtual world using either the CoSpaces website, the AR app, or a VR headset. This example is a completely virtual world recreating the construction of the Egyptian pyramids. Students can move around the space, they can see how the pyramids were built, and actually interact with that process. Now, I've already mentioned JigSpace before, but it's really a great app for diving into machines or scientific processes. But JigSpace also comes with a free workshop app where you can design your own models for things like demos or interactive lessons or training activities. So now that you know a bit more about extended reality for education and how the Cline Library can support your work, what are your next steps? First of all, I cannot stress this enough, you should not hesitate to contact me directly to discuss your teaching or training needs. I am more than happy to help schedule a one-on-one virtual or in-person consultation to help you pick a classroom kit, help you pick an XR experience for your class, to teach you how to use one of our kits, to help develop a lesson plan, or even help you develop your own XR activity. I can also work with you directly to schedule an on-site visit to your school for larger group training sessions. You can also visit our XR Studio webpage at nau.edu/library/extended reality studio to view a complete list of our learning experiences, read through our kit training guides, and learn more about our Cline Library XR services. Finally, I would recommend getting all of your training activities and questions out of the way so that we can hit the ground running with these XR services in fall of 2021. Of course, if you have any other questions about the content of this presentation, please do not hesitate to contact me at chris.holthe@nau.edu. Before you leave, however, I would sincerely appreciate it if you would complete the workshop survey available at the link on your screen. As this presentation is being given as part of a grant-funded activity, we would really like to collect as much information about our viewers as possible. Thank you very much for viewing this presentation.